Hey guys, Joseph Babaifa here once again. Very happy to be speaking to you guys again, right? Recently, a goddaughter of mine who received Manorula about 2 months ago, and she's progressing in her knowledge and her studying quite a bit about her Odu, and she wanted to expand, within what she's able to, right? When you have hand of Ifa within the at least the Creole Ifa, you're a little bit restricted as far as what you can learn. But it's just a matter of your elders putting you in a position where you can learn as much as you can before you consecrate Orisha, right? So one of the things that she mentioned that she wanted to learn more about was vocabulary, right? She notices that when me and the other Baalaos or the Apetebi or the Olorisha are talking, we throw in a lot of words in Yoruba. And she was like, I'd like to be able to communicate a little more. Am I able to learn that? And I said, of course you can, because language can be learned by anybody. There's plenty of uninitiated people who speak fluent Yoruba, right? And I recommend Yoruba for anybody who is studying or practicing Orisha priests if they have the opportunity and a good teacher, because through learning the language, believe it or not, you better your religious practice. And you learn Ifa just by learning the language, because Ifa is so entrenched in Yoruba culture, just learning the language explains a lot of the things that we do here in the diaspora. So based on my goddaughter's request, we went ahead and decided to go ahead and basically make a series about the 20 most used words within practice, right? And not within the religion, but within practice. And what do I mean by that? Probably the 20 most used ingredients or things that are said within a consecratory room, because at the end of the day, at least the way things are done in our house, we want to make our godchildren as independent as quickly as possible. And what do I mean by that? We want them to have knowledge to be able to actually work the religion, because what we see a lot of now is a lot of people read a lot of books, and they educate themselves on things, and that's wonderful, but the majority of the information that they're learning can't be applied towards them when they're priests, or their practices when they're priests. So what we're trying to do here is find the balance between learning as much as you can without, doing anything sacrilegious, like teaching you anything that goes on in a room that you probably shouldn't be learning before you get initiated, right? So I couldn't find or think of any better word to learn first than epo, which is the word for red palm oil, right? Or in Spanish known as manteca de corojo, right? Or, corojo grease, basically, right? But the authentic one that is used, and it can actually be eaten because it's a very heavily used, oil within a Yoruba and African culture, is red palm oil. So, epo, whenever you hear that word, it means red palm oil. Now, why is this word probably the most frequently used word as far as like ingredients go? Because pretty much this is used on a vast array of orishas, and probably the orisha that consumes this the most is Eshu or Elegua, right? And that's why everybody's so familiar with it, because we have the custom of taking care of Elegua or Echu at least once a week, right? But there are also many other orishas who appreciate this ingredient, right? Shango loves Epo, Oya, various orishas that really do appreciate it. So we wanted to make sure that we touched on this one first. This is some of the options that we have here at Botanica Candles and More. Apart from that are the ones right behind me, the larger bottles. We have liters, we have the 8 ounces, we have it in various size, everything's sealed, and everything is guaranteed, right? So definitely you want to become familiar with that word first, EPO, which is EPO, and once again it means red palm oil, and you always want to have this on hand, because there is no religious ceremony that can basically be done without this stuff. And when we look at things that the Yorubas use or that we use within a religious practice, it's because the Yorubas use it from a cultural standpoint. Why do the Orishas appreciate Epo so much? Because they were Yoruba themselves, and the Yoruba people basically cook everything with this. So, for somebody who's not used to it, it's an acquired taste, but I promise you, when you eat some really nice Nigerian dishes, this stuff comes through pretty nice. So, but most importantly, Epo is red palm oil. And that's how we're going to go ahead and start off the ingredient or 20 most frequently used words within the Lukumi practice. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Great day here at Botanica Candles and More. And once again, Joseph Babaifa. Boruboye Bochiche. Take care, guys. Odabo.